Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Nerd Rage in the Cage, episode number 3. What's up, bitches? We know that this is your favorite podcast. We're only 3 episodes in, but hey, fuck you guys, because that's how we roll. Like always, we got Shane.
What up?
From New Jersey. We got Bronco champ Steven from El Paso, and we got Mark from Southern California. Today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff going on in game culture and all the stuff that, you know, nerds really, really like. So what do you guys want to start talking about?
Well, let's start off with the awesome owl controller from frickin' Steam.
Yeah, the owl controller. Valve, if you guys are gamers, then you guys already know about the owl controller. This thing looks so freaking stupid, but I gotta be honest, like, they showed a video for the first time today. I was actually looking at a video on Kotaku, and it looks like it actually works pretty well. Like, I kind of want to put it in my hands, and I want to try it myself. What do you guys think?
I thought the only thing
That's what she said.
Well, I mean, it does look pretty precise. He says that's not the only thing you want to put in your hands.
Yeah,
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
put your mom in my hands.
Nice.
Oh, snap!
You want to put the government shutdown in your hands? Oh, no, wait.
Yeah.
Not even Obama wants that.
Oh,
Obamacare.
God. Obama
Hey, so,
doesn't care.
No, let's not get political,
Yeah,
guys, because that's bullshit. Let's talk about video games.
But yeah, I mean, it does.
what do you guys
from the
think about
video,
this
it looked
controller, man?
so
I think it
precise.
looks
I'm not
crazy.
gonna lie, it really did. It looked very precise with the video. But I mean,
Yeah,
then
they
again,
showed it with
you
a whole
know,
bunch of different genres of games too. They showed it with a couple of first-person shooters. They showed it with what was that game, Civilization? I mean, it looked like it worked for a whole bunch of different genres. So I will say this: like, did you guys watch the video? Like with Portal, it was kind of weird though, because like he had to keep taking his finger off the pad
in order to. Yeah, I mean that right there could be an issue. So I mean, again, they could also change it up a little bit to the point where wherever you keep your finger, like that could be like a sensitivity thing, depending on what point your finger's at. So I mean, that's kind of fixable in a way. But I mean, again, you know, you got to see where it leads. You really have no idea how it's gonna work out or not.
I don't know. I think I'm going to have to really adjust, because
died.
since I've ever been playing video games, I've always had thumbsticks. The only time, and when PSP came out, I bitched about it, because I had one joystick, and I was like, this is horrible. And now that
It wasn't even like a thumbstick; it was like a nub.
I know, it was like a little nub, and it felt like you had to use your elbow to use it or something.
Yeah, the PSP was kind of weird, man, because I remember I bought the PSP when it came out, and I got it for SOCOM, because as we said in the previous podcast, like, SOCOM is the game that really got me into online gaming. So when I found out that you play like a portable SOCOM, I'm like, fuck yeah, I was all about it. And I just remember taking SOCOM out to like a movie theater. I was going out to movies with a couple of my buddies, and my buddy Marcus, like he was like, holy shit, you're playing SOCOM? And when I handed him over the PSP, he had no idea, because he thought that the nub was a speaker at first. Because it kind of looked like did you, most of you guys, all you guys have a PSP, right?
Yeah, I still got mine.
Damn it, Marcus.
Yeah, fucking Marcus. You noob. He's not uber elite like us. But yeah, he looked at the PSP and he thought it was a speaker. He's like, how do you move? And he was trying to use the D-pad, and I was like, no, use that little thing. And he's like, oh, that's a thumbstick. So I don't think that the PSP was very user-friendly in that respect, but it was still a pretty good console, I think.
Yeah, it was.
I still had fun with it. I mean, it was a little difficult to use in some games. The maneuverability and everything, it was just kind of a pain in the ass at sometimes.
Yeah, controlling the camera was terrible.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially
It's
for
like trying to
games
wrestle
like
with a donkey or something.
Peace Walker. Oh, Peace Walker was the worst.
Which one was Peace Walker? I don't even think I played that.
The Metal Gear Solid
most recent
Peace
one.
Walker.
Yeah, I never
bad
played it. I mean,
everything
the only game actually I think was difficult to play was Rainbow Six Vegas for the PSP. That
See, I
was
never
just,
played that one, so I don't even know.
God,
Did you guys
that was
ever
such
play
pain.
a game on the PSP called I think it was Beats?
What's it called?
Beats?
Beats, and it used your music, and let's say you put a song on, and it would, depending on the difficulty, it would send in like the 4 different like shapes that's on the console, and it'll just send them in, and you gotta like time it correctly, like Guitar Hero, and the more
Is that
intense.
Curator or something?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think that was like one of the cooler games that were on the Vita that was from the store. It was like an indie game, I guess. You want to call
Yeah,
it.
it's definitely something that I think you could only see in portable gaming. You know, like you don't really see that on console gaming.
Because I mean,
And
I
for
wouldn't
stuff
want to
like that,
buy.
especially with the PSP, I knew a couple of people who use their PSP as like a dedicated MP3 player. So if you could use your own music in the game, I think that would be freaking awesome.
I mean, that
So
was
yeah,
cool, but still. I mean, it was
I
just a
guess
point, you know.
showing
Go
how
ahead.
we like the PSP working with its one joystick, I think we're gonna have to really get used to if we do get it. This owl controller that they have going, because I think it's just so weird that there's nothing. It feels like this.
I still want to try it out though, man. Like when I first saw the photo for the controller, I was just like, I don't know how this is gonna work. But when you actually see the guy doing it while he's playing the game, like it looks like it could work. And
Yeah, I think like the catch to it is it eliminates how the analog sticks and the buttons are placed on opposite levels, as opposed to it all being in that one plane where you can press in the little pads and control it at the same time.
I mean, I'm gonna stay optimistic about it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was pretty skeptical about when Wii U said they were going completely motion. Yeah, the motion sensors. I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking that your cursor's gonna go straight off the screen. You're gonna stop moving, and it's just gonna be a crappy experience playing the game. But
And
after
then they made
that,
millions.
Well,
yeah, exactly. So
well, I think we might be overcomplicated. I mean, maybe it's just like thumbsticks, but inverted. Like they're just in. you
well,
know,
it's just the whole
like a super
touchpad thing. I
touchpad.
just really don't.
and I
I don't see how it
really.
works, but I'm gonna stay optimistic about it.
I think the reason why I'm so skeptical about the whole thing is simply because I think that we live in a time where like a lot of people, especially people who don't consider themselves hardcore gamers, I think that everybody still games, especially like on their cell phones. And if you've ever tried to play like a first-person shooter on your cell phone, it's just
Sucks.
so bad. So,
There's
it's terrible.
first-person shooters on the cell phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a game on my cell phone. I
And
don't
a
even know
shadow
what it's
gun.
called, but it's basically just like a knockoff of Call of Duty, and it's a very, very poor knockoff. Like graphically, it looks really good for a mobile game, but like it controls so shitty, and it's simply because you don't have any joysticks, you don't have any like actual buttons. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was kind of like a little bit nervous about the Valve controllers, because it doesn't have like actual joysticks. It has pads, and for me, just being so turned off from the mobile standpoint, like that's what kind of like just gets me a little bit scared about that controller. Like I just don't want to invest my money if it's just not going to be any good. But watching this video, it looks like it could be good.
I mean, there's always that small possibility, but I still think it might flop, just a little
Yeah,
bit.
until
Well,
you get it in
I
your
think it's gonna
hands, you
flop.
won't know actually.
I think it's really made specifically for certain games. I don't know if it's going to be your ultimate controller for everything.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean,
It'll have different. It's like how we were talking about the PSP. It's like some games worked really well, but some games didn't. That's just how it's going to be with that. I mean,
well, when you're releasing this thing, it's mainly going towards, gamers that are more on computers. So, I mean, honestly, when it has the option where you could put in a mouse and keyboard, most likely people are going to go with mouse and keyboard. So, I mean, that's the main reason why I think it's going to flop, in all honesty. Remote-wise. The console, yeah, it might be okay and good depending on the price range, but honestly, the remote, I think, is going to be a little bit of a turn-off towards gamers.
how much do you think the remote's going to cost unless they already set a price?
I mean,
$200.
probably, just the fact that it's touchpad, maybe $80.
Probably.
I mean, that's my best guess, just the fact that it's new
I
technology.
think it'll start out high, and then from there, maybe like after a month or two, they'll bring it down. They'll do a price cut.
Yeah, if they,
We're like,
when they
no one's
refine
buying it.
So, once
They're gonna make
the
a-
price go down.
They're gonna make like an owl control slim, like how PlayStation makes everything slim.
Is it for reals called the OWL controller now, or?
The owl.
I think that
control.
they should call it that because that's what it looks like.
Or their own. That's if they're gonna make speakers. Like I said, that's how they should make speakers. That looks like a really cool speaker, like portable thing I take with me.
I think they should call
like
them Dre Beats too.
No, stop that right now. You should-
Beats harder.
I will say this as like an audiophile and somebody who's worked in radio for over 10 years. Whenever I see somebody wearing Beats headphones, I just think to myself, oh, those people aren't good with money.
Oh, yeah.
Here's here's the thing, like anybody who might be listening right now, if you have Beats headphones, I just feel sorry for you because you spent way too much money for a shitty product, man. Like,
you bought a
I
name.
can't.
That's it.
It's kind of like buying a Lexus, you know, like you could buy like a Toyota and it'd be just as good as a car, but you just want that Lexus logo. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much all you're really buying it for.
The Beats design isn't even that great anyway. It's like a plastic piece of shit.
No, and that's like one of my main complaints about the Beats headphones is that it's so like the whole thing is just made of plastic and not even good plastic either. It's like really cheap plastic. If you have a big head like me, it's garbage because like if you use it on a regular basis, you're going to break your headphones within a couple of months.
No.
And I've got a massive dome, so like that's one of the reasons why I just don't like it. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand why. And here's the thing, Dr. Dre, great rapper, one of my favorite rappers from the old school, you know. But like, god damn, dude, put out like a decent product.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen off the map a little bit.
He put out Eminem.
You got a good point, man. You got a really good point.
Word.
Well, I wouldn't want to call him a product because he's really badass. But I mean, I guess you can say he helped him.
Yeah.
Well, he helped his way through, but I mean, once he started making his own music, though, you gotta admit, Eminem kind of stepped his shit up a little bit.
But then he got into Call of Duty.
Chronic
and then...
is such a great album.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I don't know. Whatever. All right, back on topic. So, everyone thinks flop or fail, you know, flop or win. What do you think, Ransom? Final decision.
I hope it. Here's the thing. I hope it does well because I think that the more options that us gamers have, the better. And in a market that's so big like this, I think that, you know, competition is always good. You know, like Pepsi made Coca-Cola better. Wait, hold on. if you hear in the background, if you hear like sirens and stuff, it's because all of us are playing Grand Theft Auto Online right now.
It's not because we're wanted in real life.
We don't live in the ghetto, but yeah, we're all playing Grand Theft Auto Online right now, and
damn it, Monica.
Yeah, I hope that it does well, but to be honest, I don't see it doing too well simply because I think people are so set in their ways. You know, like people already know what they're going to get if they're going to get the Xbox One, if they're going to get the PS4, if they're just going to stick to PC gaming, mouse and keyboard. I think that's what's going to end up happening, but I hope that it does well.
Well, in that respect, I think a lot of people already know what they're going to stick to. Because, I mean, if you started out with PC, you're going to just keep going and rolling with it. And if you have a console, it's usually those people that go into the PC room but stick with the console, like Chronix, or Shane here. He had his PlayStation 3, and that's how we all met. And then after that, he kind of got away from it and started doing PC, but he's going to go back into it when PlayStation 4 comes out. And that's how I think that's happened, is if you started out console, I think you brought in yourself into PC and not the other way around.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like everybody wants a PC. I mean, if you had the choice, if someone handed you $2,000 and said, "Here, this is for a PC," I mean, would you buy a PC? And you know, if you were that into gaming, or would you stick with console?
I would buy a Nestle's Crunch Bar.
There you go.
If somebody just gave me $2,000, I would fucking buy a PS Vita and I'd pocket the rest of that money and be like, "Fuck you!"
I'd be generous and I'd buy you The Last of Us, Shane.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I mean, like,
I have no idea why you haven't played that game yet. And I know we've said that for 3 weeks now. This is our third episode. We've been saying that for 3 weeks, but seriously, like, we're just going to keep drilling that into you until you fucking buy the game. The game is so good.
We're going to make a commercial like this Sarah McLachlan one, and it's going to be like pictures of you not playing The Last of Us.
I'm thinking about
buying a billboard, to be honest. I'm seriously thinking about buying a billboard. Let's fucking start a charity for Shane to fucking get The Last of Us, because seriously, what the fuck?
Help this kid. 10 cents can donate a game today.
every 10 cents can feed his hours of online gaming.
For 35 cents a day, you can help this boy play The Last of Us.
Apply now. But I don't know, I mean, like, always as a console gamer, I mean, even back then, like, when I didn't have that much money to spend before, like, I really wanted to get into PC gaming. Just the, the versatility of it, the customization that you can do. I mean, all of that I found really exciting. Like, when I built my PC, that was, like, the most fucking exciting thing I did. Because, like, it's something I built, you know what I mean? It was something personal. So, I
That's
Let
why
me
it's
mean,
ask you this:
that's why
what
it's
was
called
the
PC.
first game that got you into PC gaming, Shane?
I'm going to have to say Arma. You know me, I like my military shooters. I like my realism. Arma really
Yeah.
brought that out in gaming. I mean, honestly, you have 100 people in one map. The map is over 200 kilometers wide and squared. And I mean, it's not like other games where, you can get shot like 7 times and then you drop. It's literally, you could pop someone in the chest and they'll fall to the ground and drop. So, like, it wasn't one of those games where you can actually just run out and shoot whatever the hell you want and, 5 out of 8 times you're gonna get a kill. It's not like that. I mean, it's honestly you go out and you have to work as a team. That's the one game that really got me into it. It's just games like that really bring out like realism into a game and more excitement. So that was
Well,
my crack for PC.
those games have to work really hard, especially if they have that many people online in a map like that, because we all know what happened to Meg.
They do, yeah, but I mean PC is a different story though. I mean you can actually they can handle it. You know what I mean? So
Can you smell what the rock?
Oh my god.
like if you guys ever see me play that game on Twitch, I mean it's ridiculous how much detail is put into that game. Like it looks real. It really does. And I
I
can't
will
get
say
away
this:
from cops.
I think the first online game that I played on PC, and you guys are probably going to laugh at me. Hopefully, you're not, because this game I think is just amazing. Is Worms Armageddon?
Worms is
Do you guys remember
fun.
that?
Who would laugh at you? Oh, Worms.
Worms is the absolute shit, dude. I fucking love that game.
I used to play the yes,
Those
I played it.
those worms were trolls, though, man. They fuck you up. They'll start laughing at you.
I
Yeah,
just
but that was
remember
the
going
funniest
online
part
with my
about it.
50. Yeah, I remember going online with my 56K modem and going up against these motherfuckers who were so good with the ninja rope, and I'm just like, how the fuck are they doing this? Like, it was ridiculous. Like, they were just like jumping all over the map, like putting dynamite right next to me. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I just absolutely don't understand how they're doing this shit. Like,
I miss banana bombs.
I think what I hated the most was people, like, if the wind was like at 30 miles an hour and you can tell it's like gonna fuck your world up, someone like magically Asian calculates the speed of which your rocket needs to go out and the angle, and that thing like just destroys you. And you're like, okay.
I'll tell you what, I mean, like, the people who play that game online were super hardcore. And, like, I don't think I ever won a game online. And I was okay with that because I still had so much fun playing it.
Well, that's one thing about the game. I mean, just the comedy in that game, from like their vocals and all that, that really kept you hooked into the game. Like it made you laugh. Like no matter how many times you heard it, the voices were so fucking comical.
And
Yeah,
they
you just had
even
to
had names to them. Like if you were playing by yourself or something, and then like you're like, all right, Jimmy, I won't let you die, Jimmy, and then you're like protecting Jimmy, and then Jimmy dies, and you're like, fucking Jimmy.
Hey, even the
And
new
then
ones are good, man. I'm not gonna lie, the new ones are also good.
Hey, so we are recording this podcast at 12:43 right now is the time on the West Coast on Pacific time.
Well, for you.
That means that Pokemon is now available all throughout the country, X and Y. This is actually the first Pokemon game that I'm going to buy in like 15 years. I mean, the last game that I had was when I was in 6th grade. It was like Red, and I think I got Yellow too. Like I got Yellow as a birthday gift. But yeah, it's been like 13 to 15 years since I've actually played one of these games, and I'm actually kind of excited because I don't play very many RPGs. But
You miss a lot. You're gonna it's all gonna be different. I mean, you're gonna find some Pokemon that are gonna be from like back in the day, but there's gonna be so much change. You're gonna be like, what? You're gonna be like, Obama made this or something because there's just changes everywhere.
I expect that though, because I mean, like, come on, it's been 15 years, you know, like there has to be some change. I think the thing that I'm most excited for, and I think this is one of the reasons why I haven't bought a Pokemon game in so long, is because there really hasn't been a true 3D Pokemon game up until now. And this is going to be the first Pokemon game that's being released. Am I correct?
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
kind of in a way. I mean,
Well, technically the first like main series title that's in 3D because Stadium was in 3D.
Yeah, like for a handheld, it's like how they're making red and green and all the different types of the handhelds. Those have always been like overhead, like old school Grand Theft Auto. But now for the handheld, I guess it's their first 3D because I mean there's been console versions of stadiums.
I mean, I would like to get it. I'm just not gonna dish out the money to get a handheld. You know what I mean? So I mean, I wish it'd be out for
You can
other
get the
consoles.
2DS and pay $40 less.
Yeah, you can do that. But I think what he's just trying to say is he wants us to start another campaign for the buy him a handheld.
I will say this: like I've seen a lot of people like joke on the 2DS online, and everybody's
It looks
kind of
amazing.
calling it like a joke, and a lot of people were thinking it was like a late April Fool's joke. I think it's kind of cool, you know, because I'll be honest, like I've had my 3DS now for over a year, and I think that I've used the 3D functionality.
Zero
Honestly,
times.
I think, yeah, I've only used it once, you know, and it was when I was playing Mario 3D Land, and it's only because there are certain things in the game that require the 3D functionality. But every other game that I've ever played ever since, like most games don't, you know,
Yeah,
and
like
it really is just a gimmick.
yeah, it is.
It
I
was
just
just
go
a
in and
selling
try it for
point.
the first time, and then no more 3D. You
It
see how it
was.
looks like with it.
It's not even that. It was just a way to get people to buy the console. No, honestly, when you think about it, that's all it really comes down to. People are
There's
And the
some games that
2DS
work
looks
well with
really
it. Like,
comfortable to hold. I mean, Oni, you work at GameStop. I mean, like, have you held the 2DS yet or no?
oh no, we just got today actually. We just
Are you guys
unpacked-
gonna have like a display unit, or is
No,
it
we
just
don't.
something that you just hold behind the counter?
Now we actually don't even get display units for the 3DS. I think the only one we have up is the Vita
wow.
and the consoles. So no
And
one
why is
actually.
that?
No, it's just that the store that we have is really small, so we don't actually have floor space or wall space for any more like
I think that goes with a
standees or
lot of
anything.
It sucks.
GameStops. I've been to a few GameStops here in El Paso, and a lot of them are small, man. Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna have each section, and then you're gonna have like a few things in the middle that are like used games. But other
I'm
than
kind of
that,
surprised that
they
you're
don't
not
got
like doing like a
things.
midnight release tonight for.
they're only doing it at the Nintendo in New York. That's it.
Really?
Yeah,
Now was
Everyone
that
else
was that sent
is.
down by Nintendo, or was that just like what you
I
guys
believe
decided
so.
to do?
I think it's because it's easier for them to control and kind of like the publicity of most midnight launches where there's like fights and everything. And you know how conservative Nintendo is.
Yeah,
They like
family
try to take
friendly.
down your videos and stuff, you know.
Fighting,
Yeah.
fighting over
Conservative
Pokemon.
is, yeah, I think that's the exact right word to say it. I mean, like, how long did it take them to enter the HD world? You know,
Forever.
Yeah.
They're a
They
little bit
forgot
off.
what HD was. They're like,
What's this? Another dimension?
how do you enter
Oh shit. Yeah. By the way, I
Do
sent
any
you
of you
guys
guys have the?
invites.
Do any of you guys have the Wii U yet or no?
Nah.
Dude, I heard we barely bought a fucking Wii. We don't even touch
They actually price dropped to like $300.
Yeah,
And
but for
if
another
you can find one
$100,
that
I
has
get a
the
PS4.
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD packaged with it, I think that's the best deal to go with.
Yeah.
That's like an extra $60 right there.
Well, let me ask you this. I
Not gonna
mean,
get Wii U.
would there be like one game that would make you like, especially for like Shane, because we were talking earlier before we started recording, and he was just like, I just don't feel like buying a Wii U. Like, I don't feel like I need to. Would there be like one game that would make you feel compelled to buy one of the systems, or
Honestly,
has there ever
Uh,
been a game? Has there ever been like a killer app that you've ever just like bought
Monster
a system
Hunter.
for?
Or
never.
are we talking about
Never.
just for the Wii U or for any console? 'Cause the
For any
Wii U,
console? I mean, like, I guess you could answer it for Wii U if you wanted to, but I mean, like, has there ever been a game that you've just said like, I really need to play this game, so I need to buy this console for?
I
Well,
think.
I mean,
Go ahead.
the one thing I can say is that Arma 3 was actually kind of my standpoint on building my PC. Like, I've always wanted to do it, but then I heard Arma 3 was coming out, and I decided right then and there, like, I'm going to start ordering the parts for it now. So, console-wise, to get a game, I'm not gonna say it was the sole reason that I wanted to do it, but it was more of a push. You know what I mean? But that was just something that I was thinking about doing for ages. You know? So I'm not gonna necessarily say that that's the reason why I built my PC. If that makes any sense
Uh,
whatsoever.
I
What
don't
about
know.
you, Steven?
Uh, there's always one thing I think everyone's really wanted, and if Nintendo actually ever did this, they probably get back to life, and that's making an actual like Pokemon RPG thing, like sort of Skyrim style. If
Can
they
never
were to
do that.
if they
But
if
that
they,
would,
if they were to ever do that, I think that excites so many people.
yeah, that would sell so many Wii U's right there.
That would bump their sales so high, it'd be insane. And so if they were to actually create a game like that, I'd want to buy a Wii U. That'd be a seller. That, honestly, I would want to buy a Wii U, and I think there'd probably be a lot more people with me on that. As far as like an actual game being out for a console, not really. I mean, we've always had the PlayStation because that's always been what we started with, and
But there was never like a consistent game that came out with it that would
no,
make you buy the console.
there wasn't. Like PlayStation's launch titles are always indifferent. I mean, there's either something really exciting or you just gotta wait. Like The Last of Us is by far my favorite game of this generation
I think
of all time.
when I
and it
first saw
came out late.
Resistance, that sold me.
Resistance
Yeah,
was cool, but I mean, it
it
was
was.
something we
I don't.
never knew. You know what I mean? It wasn't really a game that we've all played before, so I wouldn't really consider that like a
Yeah.
selling title.
I
Just
think
the
what
fact that we haven't played
sold.
it before.
I think what sold Metal Gear. I mean, what sold was Metal Gear Solid 4 for the PlayStation. Because I know
That was like the longest wait
got
though.
it, and then I know I think Ransom. That was one of the main reasons you got your PlayStation 3 was for Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like this year when it comes to the PS4, I mean, I think a lot of people are really going to be going towards Infamous, Second Son, and also Killzone,
Yeah, that's
Shadowfall. I mean, those are going to be the main sellers for the PlayStation 4 because we're out the bat because they're actually coming off right in the beginning. It's not going to be like a couple months down the road after launch. It's actually going
the
to happen
only.
right
That's
off
the
the
only
bat.
thing that puts off Infamous though. It's not until April of 2014.
Yeah, it's not a launch title, so
It's not. It's a launch window title, but
Yeah.
not a
Yeah.
November title. So
Yeah, but I mean, you still have
it's hard to
Killzone that's going
sell.
to be available day one.
What
Yeah.
about you, Mark? Have you ever bought a system simply because of one game or no?
I think this has always been a constant. Whenever Nintendo launches a new handheld, I know there's gonna be a Pokemon on it somewhere down the line, so I always buy the console
because of Pokemon.
because Pokemon will be on it regardless.
Because Pokemon is just fun. Dude. Like it doesn't even. That's one of the things where people are like, "You're an adult now and you still play Pokemon," and I'll just be like, "Yeah, you guys can't see me right now, but I'm flipping off something." So I'll be like, "That's the person." Fuck you. Like, yes, I still play Pokemon. I mean, at least I'm not one of those fucking creepers who like ponies. Shit.
Bronies.
I will say this though, like it's weird because I'm 29 right now, and when the first
you're old.
Pokemon game came out, I was in 6th grade, and I just remember like it was around the time that like the anime was coming out too, and I got into the game before like the anime came out and became like really popular, and for me, especially like being in middle school and having a whole bunch of friends who were trying to like grow up and not really watching cartoons anymore. I just remember playing that game and not really telling anybody that I played that game. And it's weird now because like, yeah, it's so strange now because like now I'm almost 30. I'm like 29 years old, and I'm talking to some friends of mine who are the same age as me, and like a bunch of the guys who are my same age are really excited that this game is coming out, and I'm just like, wow, that's so weird because like I remember when I was in middle school, like people would make fun of me if I told them that I played Pokemon.
But times are different. I mean, when I was in like around I guess like 3rd or 4th grade, and that's when the anime or the show was really popular. Is that not only did no one ever brought their handhelds to school because probably get in trouble for it, but what we did bring to school a lot was cards. We always had Pokemon cards, and we would either battle during lunch. That's what we would do. Like
I think it's because
it was a really popular thing. Like the time changed with you because you had the game probably first before the show, which I really don't know which came first in America.
It's also because of like You know how recent Hollywood films have become a lot like comic book films, and nerd culture have become like a mainstream acceptable thing,
Yeah.
where like, everyone's playing video games on their smartphones, on their tablets. So like playing a video game isn't a kid's thing anymore. It's not like you're
More of an
lame, you're a
everybody
nerd.
thing now.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. So
I mean, hell,
I
like, I
know.
didn't care. I started off playing the cards. Like, I
Yeah, I
remember
played
bringing
the
my book of cards to school,
I
and
played
every
the
day at lunch I
cards.
played.
like trade with
I
people.
always had
Yeah.
the cards for anything. I didn't even get into the handheld all that much because we didn't really have one. So
There's actually even like in college universities now that they have clubs
yeah,
for Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards. Like for
Mag-
just
Magic the Gathering and stuff. Dude,
borrow out a room and play for like hours.
I was in the student union at my university. And there were guys at the table and they were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm on the other side and I'm watching the 4-part series Pokemon Origins, and like no one cares.
You want
I
to
mean,
battle?
it's like why not?
Hey, what was that one
It's
game that came out for the PlayStation Eye?
oh, I know what you're talking about. Their own
Oh,
little
Eye of
card
Judgment.
series. Yeah, Eye of
Yeah.
Judgment.
There you go. Yo, I
That was a
played
good
that.
game,
That game
but-
was addictive as shit.
It was. I played you and then I beat you. It was hilarious.
Yes, you did. And let me tell you, but the gameplay of
Oh,
that game was so awesome, and I
And
can't
you'll
believe
never
it went
forget it.
craps. I won't. No, I won't.
Because the way I beat him was so shitty.
Because I
I
put my
had, like,
card facing the
entered-
wrong fucking way. It was like,
and then I had
It
like,
entered
go ahead.
the whole gaming thing, the whole card gaming thing, like a little too late, where people wouldn't shell out that much money for card games to play online on a
Pretty
computer,
much.
like on a PlayStation.
that's really what it was, and that's why Magic, the game Magic Online, that's the only reason why that's actually doing well, because
You don't
everything's
buy packs,
electronic. It's not like you're putting a card down. You know what I mean? But again, the playing board and just using the eye and then seeing the card that you put down actually spawn up on your TV. That
That
was
was
such
pretty
an
cool.
awesome experience to have. And
But
And then you turn the card
It
and faces the
never,
other person.
yeah,
Didn't the PSP come up with their own version of it too?
that I'm not sure about. I don't even know how the
They
hell that
had-
would work.
I think that they had it in Japan because Japan had like the camera attachment for the
they had the
PSP.
camera attachment. Yeah, I think
They had
The
it
camera
here.
attachment never came to the States,
No,
right? Am I
It
correct?
showed up. It was packaged on a game called Invisimus, where like kids point their PSPs and monsters show up on random things in the
Huh.
real world, like augmented reality stuff.
Yeah, but that augmented reality for the Vita is pretty useless. When those cards came with my
Yeah,
Vita,
those are
I was like, "What's this?" And I tried it, and I was like, "This is."
Stupid.
the same thing is there's some augmented reality on the 3DS, and it's just all gimmicky.
It is.
There's really no use for it. It's just like Mario pops up from your table. Yay.
I will say this though, like taking 3D pictures with my 3DS is pretty fun. Like I've taken like 3D pictures of my wife's titties,
Well,
and she doesn't know this, but every once in a while, I just like turn on my 3DS and I'm like, yeah.
well, if she's gonna hear this podcast, she fucking
She'll
knows
be
it now.
listening to the podcast.
Do you want
She's
me to
about to
bleep this
find out
section
pretty
out?
soon. I guess if I'm gonna answer the question, if there's ever been a game that I've purchased a console for, it has to be Mario 64. And here's the thing: is that I didn't actually purchase a console myself, but I was in 6th grade when that console came out in '96, and I just remember I bugged my parents so much, and they were just like, "Well, you got to get good grades." So I did my fucking best in middle school. I got fucking like straight A's and B's. And yeah, they
So
bought
they're
me
not straight A's, some B's.
Well, I got A's and B's, okay? But yeah, I did really, really well. And I remember I came home one day and I just had a Nintendo 64 with Mario 64. And I was so happy. And that was one of those games that I just freaking just absolutely just played
The crap out
front
of
to back, like, oh my God. I found out like all the glitches. I found out all like the long jump spots. Like that was one of those games. Like it's weird now, like thinking about it, because like nowadays, like for a game to have like a lot of multiplayer, like not just multiplayer, but a lot of like replayability. A lot of games have to have a multiplayer component, but back in the day, you just didn't have to. It just had to be a good game.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's
don't forget,
for
we
me.
didn't
That's what
have-
Mario 64 was.
Yeah, we didn't have.
Yeah, it was
internet
pretty
back
open
then
world.
either, so. I mean, that was the one thing about it. Like that's what I don't ever like about gaming too much nowadays. Everything is based off of multiplayer. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, I'll probably not finish the story for a long time. Just the fact I'm having so much fun on multiplayer now. So
You're having fun with the multiplayer? Last.
I don't even play the multiplayer. I'm just on.
I got tired of the story mode. I was like, this is actually not that. It's shit. And then the online came back, and the online finally came on. I'm like, I'm gonna actually play with my friends and have fun. It's shit. So Grand Theft Auto
There
is
goes
out the
60
window.
bucks.
Yeah, there goes $60. It's like Grand Theft Auto 4.
I like Grand Theft
No,
Auto.
Roman, I don't want to go bowling.
I don't want to bowl, Roman. No.
I don't know. Today's like the actual first time that I've actually messed around with the online component of Grand Theft Auto 5, and I'm having fun. Like even right now, like while we're recording this podcast, I am in a car. My best friend who is playing the game, he's actually driving the car right now. I've just been, I've just been fucking riding shotgun and just watching him just like run over hookers and shit, and I'm having a good time. Like I'm not even doing anything, and I'm having a good time.
I paused
talking to you guys recording this podcast.
I
That's
paused it.
terrible. You're a horrible person.
Yeah. I
Running
just
over hookers.
I paused it. I can't fucking play.
I just quit the game.
Like we were doing the team deathmatch, and I'm like, this is cool. It's shit. So
Well, it's
Like,
not
we
even
were
that.
getting-
I don't like the
we were
team
getting-
deathmatch at all.
we were getting ready to do a heist, but we couldn't. Not everyone could buy a mask. So I was like, okay.
I think
And
it's
we
because I
started
shot
messing
my
around.
gun right next to their shop. Guy.
Yeah, he got scared.
You scared him? You
Yeah,
asshole.
he's kind of crapping his pants.
There's no option in this fucking game to say sorry.
Find him on like behind the counter, just hiding, crouching, fetal position.
Give him like $1.
I'm punching around.
All right, so moving topics right now. Like next gen is going to be out next month. One of the big games that we all know that's going to happen is Call of Duty Ghosts. And earlier this week, they announced that every single platform is going to have dedicated servers.
About
Yay!
freaking time.
I know. Finally, holy shit.
About fucking time. Now, I know that Bronco, like he said in an earlier podcast that he doesn't plan on getting the game, but does this news, does this change your thought about that or no?
Nope.
Hell no.
Because here's the thing. I don't give a fuck anymore. Call of Duty, that shit sells. I love
Bronco.
Call of Duty 4.
Okay.
Hold on, wait, shut up.
Let him talk.
I
let him
love
talk.
Call of Duty 4. Modern Warfare 2 was absolutely fucking horrible. But I gave it a chance because you guys played it. Then I got Modern Warfare 3, but that's because I wanted to play the story because it had to end. And then I have Black Ops 2. But nothing changes. Nothing changes. It's cool shit. Now it has dedicated servers, which we always wanted since the beginning, but I've already lost interest. And it's the same thing. It's so noob friendly that it pisses me off. Like I hate talking about it. I really do.
Well, let me ask you this, because I do know that you are such a fan of Infinity Ward's single player stories. Like, does that not even kind of entice you a little bit? Because I know that you've always been a big fan of their stories. Soap, I remember you. Spoiler alert! But when Soap died, I remember you fucking sent me a text and you're just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Soap died!" Like you were so sad that Soap died.
It sucked. I mean, yeah, the story was really fun. I liked it. The story for the entire game. I know
You just ruined the game for me.
I know what I know what really sells the game is multiplayer, and I was one that actually wanted for the single player. But it's not going to sell me this time. I mean, it really isn't. If someone
Black
tells
Ops
me,
are actually really good too.
I didn't like the first one. I think we said this because I didn't like the AI. But I really don't care if you have a dog. I know the dog's going to die in the story. Spoiler alert!
I don't know if you guys actually watched the credits at the end, but the Batman Superman writer, the Man of Steel writer, is the one that writes the stories for Black Ops and Black Ops 2.
Yeah. They said that during Easter, I think. But I didn't like Black Ops because towards they had a weird ending credit. Spoiler alert! They had the Avenged Sevenfold, and I kind of don't really like Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
But that was pretty shitty. It was
I think I changed the channel and watched TV while the credits rolled.
But no, it doesn't interest me that they finally brought something that should have been there since the beginning, you know.
Well, let me tell you
Yeah, I
something.
mean
You're
they
not missing
charge for
anything.
season
You're
pass.
really not.
And then there's what's always been on the PC is that you can finally lean. You can lean to the side to shoot. Okay, fantastic. I don't.
That's fantastic.
It just doesn't. It's not enticing. There's nothing that's gonna. It's just killed itself, dude. It's just like beating a dead horse now. I mean, you guys should go ahead and talk about it. I would just listen because like I don't want to be ranting about how much it sucks, but I know you guys probably want to play it.
I'm not
I'm
gonna get it.
actually really
Yeah, it's a
excited
zombie.
about it. I mean, like, here's the thing: is that like, I think that Call of Duty kind of, and I don't want to say perfected their formula
They didn't
a long
perfect
time
shit.
ago, but I think that they got it really fucking close, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think that you've seen so much progress in terms
Perfect what
of.
though?
I mean, it's. Wouldn't you agree that, you know, in terms of like control, like it's the easiest game to the easiest first person shooter to play, you
Yeah,
know,
they
like
tightened up
in terms of
controls.
in terms of controls, like the game is just fucking tight, dude. The game is really really good when it comes to controls.
Yeah,
People
its
always
controls are decent, but like, well, not decent. I guess it's really good because I mean, it's just L1 to aim, R1 to shoot. But I think that's for a lot of games now, really. I mean,
no,
unless
but
it's a
just like the
third-person
weight to
shooter.
it.
Yeah, but not just that, like just like the weight, yeah, exactly what Mark was talking about, like the weight of like your character, the way that he runs. You don't have to worry about like bullet drop like you do with Battlefield. Like it just it's very easy to pick up and play. But that's the thing is that like you do say that it is kind of like noob friendly, which it is.
It
But at the
got
same
noob
time,
friendly.
when you're a good player in Call of Duty, like you're gonna fucking demolish noobs regardless. You know, like you're gonna go into those matches and you're just gonna fucking just mollywop those motherfuckers because of the fact that you're just so much better than those
It
guys.
got
You know?
friendly because if you remember in Call of Duty 4, there was 3 kill streaks. Those were the helicopter was absolutely fucking difficult to get more than once in a round, even once. And then when it came to Modern Warfare 2, everyone's like, "You have to get 25 kills to get a nuke? Are you insane?" And then once I got the game, I went into a room and my friend, well, we all know Mugen or Esteban, he was like, "Hey, you want to see a nuke?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like 5 seconds later, you just see the countdown. And then every game I joined, I swear, dude, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I at least had like 70 nukes. Nukes were so easy to come by.
I had
I don't.
one.
Yeah, you had one, but they helped you.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at that game.
I had
Game was
0.
absolutely.
I got one.
And then when like Treyarch made their game, their online is so much slower than Call of Duty. Like it,
That's
I,
lag.
I, yeah, their bullets like to hit somebody, it just felt like slow. Like, and they wouldn't actually hit anybody. I didn't like the online for that one.
It would curve around the wall.
Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Like when personally for me, like my personal opinion is that like I think that Call of Duty in terms of control, I think that they still have the best first person shooter control out there. So the ideology that they're going to have dedicated servers, I'm excited about that simply because, you know, this whole lag compensation that we've been getting with the current gen consoles, the current gen games, it is absolutely atrocious sometimes. That's why you're seeing like freaking magic bullets. You know, you run around a corner but you still get killed. Like I think that it could be a game changer, and I don't like to say the word game changer, but you know, in terms of actually having fun, I think it could be really really good.
I think that's one of the reasons what made Resistance so popular was that its online had its dedicated servers. It,
Well,
That one's a good game.
they
If you
did.
guys actually play Call of Duties on the PC, they all have you can set up your own server.
Yeah, I have. I played it on. I
And-
played a Modern Call of Duty 4 on there.
Yeah, it's like perfect.
Well, let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Bronco. Let me ask you this, Steven. Like on a PC, how would you rate that game? Do you have more fun on a PC than you do on consoles, or?
Well, I played it with a bunch of friends there in a game night back when I was in high school, and it is a lot more fun. I mean, the control, like, it was mouse and keyboard, and like I think that always is a dominant over your controller in some aspect because the what has its only more or Mark was saying, like there's a weight as far as the controller and as much as you can control the actual player. There's more of a there's more freedom to it, so you're not constricted. So it was more it was more fun. I liked it on the PC more than the console, but the it's like how Battlefield was made for the PC instead of console. I think Call of Duty's is made more for the console instead of the PC.
Yeah, it's one of the common complaints about Killzone, where just the gun swing when you're running and all the little minute details with the just the aiming. It's kind of
Too
I,
much.
I guess
I
people don't like it where it's too realistic.
but that's the problem is that people want realism, but then they bitch about it because it's going to be too realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you give them too much realism, they complain about it. I agree.
I'm
So
the
I
other way
guess
around. I love
I guess
my
that's
realism.
I guess that's the thing though. It's that video games are meant to take us out of our real world to play an unreal world.
it's like
So,
physics. It's physics. Fuck physics.
well, Grand Theft Auto 5, fucking Rockstar didn't take any physics into account. They're like, fuck all of that.
Physics.
You can control your car just by fucking moving, by pressing the L stick.
I like that. I'm just trying to catch up to
Dude.
Ransom right now.
Oh, is that you behind me?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I'll slow down. That's you. All right, I see you. You're coming up me.
Could
Oh,
we
there you go. Hit me. Yeah, rear-ended.
But if what you're asking is if I would rather buy it on the PC than the console, no, because and there's so much more to be able to be. There's so much more to be played.
Well,
than
I'm
that.
I'm really hoping that like this whole dedicated server thing kind of fixes things up, and I hope that because I'm sure that even though you don't plan on buying the game, I'm sure you're still going to play it. So I hope that the first time that you play it, that you actually like it, because that's always been the first-person shooter that I've always preferred.
And space,
And,
Bronco. Space.
It's going to be kind of weird, you know, playing it without you, to be honest.
I want that motorcycle.
But well, apparently Mugen's gonna buy it for me no matter what I say. So you might get your chance to play with me
Hey.
inside.
I would be okay with that.
What,
Because
Call of Duty?
I'm not buying it, and my brothers aren't gonna buy it.
I'm not getting Call of Duty. I refuse
No,
to
I
buy
did.
it.
Who says this? Did I call you my brother or Mugen? No. So
Whoa.
Chronics. Damn it.
Oh, snap.
Damn it.
Got burned.
Hey, so tech news this week is the new Galaxy Watch. What's it called? The Galaxy Gear?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Galaxy Gear.
What do you guys think about this?
It's creepy. It has
I
camera.
think it's
It's
pretty
like,
cool.
It's nice.
I'll tell you what, the
Seems
commercials are really fucking awesome. Like,
It-
it kind of, like, they have all these nostalgic things, you know, Go-Go Gadget boots and the Power Rangers, and they've got all these cool things, and it kind of takes me back to my childhood, and I'm just like, holy shit, I've been waiting for this for such a long time, and I can't believe that finally, at 29 years old, I could actually
Yeah,
have a
right.
watch that I can talk into, and I think that's fucking awesome.
It is
We
really,
have arrived into the future.
and even if it's, I think the commercial, their advertisement sold it really well. It's like nostalgia to the face because everyone at one point in their life watched one of those fucking things, and they're like, I want to watch, and they made like a cardboard coupling, and they're like talking to it.
Or they probably bought the toy version of the watch.
Yeah, they have a toy version or something that's close or
Sounds
common to the actual thing. And
Now,
it brings,
Steven, I know that you've actually been looking at the reviews. Like, how are those doing so far?
I don't know. It's mixed reviews. People are saying it looks good, but it's for the price that it doesn't do enough.
Yeah,
I
it's-
think the watch looks really good, like just aesthetically. I think it looks really good. The thing that I'm kind of disappointed about is that it's not waterproof. I mean, like, if you're going to be spending $300 on a watch, that
It
thing
better
needs to be
yeah,
waterproof.
or at least
The
water
iPhone,
resistant.
the iPhone 5 is waterproof. Did you guys hear about that? That was hilarious.
Nah, I
Someone
didn't
felt
even.
Someone put out like a fake advertisement where you,
Oh, with the iOS 7?
yeah, that like it made it waterproof, and people actually tested it,
That's so dumb.
and they're like, "It's not waterproof."
Son
No,
of a
here's the thing. A lot of people fell for it, dude. Like, I saw that on Reddit. Yeah, a lot of people were getting pissed off because somebody like
America.
made like a really, really good like advertisement saying that iOS 7 made their phone waterproof. And
How would you
here's the
even...
thing: people are fucking stupid,
They're
man. Like,
beyond
so
stupid.
Yeah,
This is America.
America,
probably the same
bacon.
people that buy Call of Duty.
Hey, I'm one of those people.
Hey, I'm offended, man.
Okay, it's probably the same people who vote the same people in the Congress. How about that?
It
How
makes no
about that?
sense. I mean, I don't care how good an advertisement is about a so-called waterproof iPhone crap. Whatever, I don't care what the hell you call it. There's no word for it. I'm not gonna sit there and just drop my phone into my fucking toilet.
But here's
Like,
the thing: is what people don't understand is that how is a software update gonna make your fucking thing
yeah, I
waterproof?
know. Oh, it's
Science,
waterproof now.
bitch.
Awesome. Let me just dump this in the bathtub. Cool.
Science, bitch.
Yeah, but going back to the Galaxy like watch though, like I don't see why they wouldn't make it waterproof, especially considering that like a lot of the Galaxy devices that they're putting out now are waterproof. Like,
Yeah.
for me, this is just so stupid from like a business standpoint, and I just don't get it. I mean, like I guess what they're trying to do is they're probably taking the whole Apple, stand on the whole situation where, all right, well they're going to make small updates every year, and maybe next year it's going to be waterproof, but.
Well, I'm really curious
Still.
as to what they really want to do with it, because I mean, it seems like they wanted to put so much into it, but we're so limited because it's a watch. Like there's not much you can do with a watch. And what really surprised me is that they actually put a camera onto the strap, and that's so weird. I think it's weird having a camera on the strap of your watch. That's like really stalkerish. But it's
I
not
actually think that's kind of cool.
It's
Like
Spy shit.
it's not even that great of a quality camera. And I was like, if you think about it, it's like if they're gonna keep making this product, most of the time their product's camera is like upgraded and the lens has to get bigger. I mean, have you guys seen a Nokia phone? They have like a
No.
40
Yeah.
megapixel camera on their phone.
Oh, I mean, yeah. No, that's just.
And
yeah, but if,
DSLRs don't even have that much megapixels.
that's absurd. Like I don't even.
if you look at the commercials, that's the only thing they ever talk about. They never talk about the quality of the
No,
phone.
that's exactly that's their.
Because it's a Windows phone. What quality?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is no quality
There is no
at all.
quality.
The Windows Phone.
And so the camera for this watch that we're talking about is 1.9 megapixels. That does about as much as the.
I just trash Windows phones right now.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me
I-
wrong. I mean, that's for someone who does photography. I mean, that's awesome. You know what I mean? But as far as the phone goes itself, I would never waste that much money on a fucking phone. Not like
It just-
that. Just for a camera.
That's gonna be in my pocket.
I mean, I'm sorry, but my iPhone pictures look just fine. You know?
You wasted money on an iPhone.
Yes, I did.
What's wrong with you?
I know.
I was proud of it.
No wonder you don't have money, you asshole.
I bought the 64 gig one too.
What is wrong? What?
Hell, what the hell?
America.
Where we go?
Hey, so earlier this week, Super Mario turned 30.
30 years
How
old?
crazy is that? How old does that make you guys feel?
How old does that make you feel? You're 29.
I'm not
It makes
far
me feel
behind
really
his,
fucking old, dude.
He's
Like,
just a year
seriously.
older than you, Ransom.
I know, man. He's like your older brother. I don't know. I'm
Actually-
20, and I played pretty much. Not. I don't want to say every Mario game, but I mean, I did grow up playing Mario. I think all of us did, and it's really astonishing that it's like been 30 years. It's like The Simpsons. They're going on like I don't know how many episodes. It's like
I think that's the disappointing part from it is
a lot.
it's nostalgic and everything, but it hasn't changed a lot. It's just been the same Mario.
There's not much you can change to it. I mean,
Yeah, there's not.
It could be a first-person
It's
shooter.
kind of like the
Think about it.
whole it's kind of like the whole Call of Duty argument that we had. Like Activision says that they kind of perfected their formula, and that's why they haven't really changed much. And I think that that's what Mario is kind of doing as well. I mean, like in terms of platforming, it's really hard to beat Mario. I think the only game that I would consider like better than Mario in terms of platforming nowadays is Rayman Legends, because that game is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, like it's just offered some of the best platforming ever. And what would you guys say is some of the memories that you have from the Mario franchise?
Dude, honestly, Super NES.
The open world from World 3, giant
Well,
map.
don't speak all at once.
in mind, pumpy chat.
Bronco go first.
All right. Well, I think what was really cool is that was the first game I ever saw my dad play. So, and he was actually the only one that beat I think it was like Super Mario 3, the one where you can play Luigi and Mario. So, that one was probably one of the coolest things I saw. And my dad beat it. Pretty awesome. Because I could. We bought a Wii recently, and we bought that game again. And my brother Chris and I, it is fucking hard. You think it's easy, but it's not. Like, I don't know what happened between now, like being a kid and now. because games are absolutely harder than they were than they are now. I swear, like I can't beat Mortal Kombat. But it's just difficult. I don't know what they did, but yeah, I loved it. I always think Mario's gonna be
Mark, what about you?
What was the question again?
Oh, I mean,
Mario
like,
memories?
Mario's turning 30. Like, what kind of memories? What are the strongest memories that you have growing up
Oh,
playing the
there was this
series,
one
the
time where
franchise?
we played the Game Boy one, and we just, how it ran off those four AA batteries, and someone figured out to rig it to a motorcycle battery so you can play forever.
What?
You
You
really are Asian.
you guys
so,
are crazy.
so we just like not stop playing Mario.
Just
I
Rig
wow.
think
it up to a
And
motorcycle battery.
there was no internet back then too, like that was really good enough for you to look up tutorials like that. So you have to be Asian to figure
science, bitch.
that out. That's not even your major either. You went into like something
I'm
that would
so.
disappoint your Asian father.
Oh my god.
I think that's the best part. I'm not
What
the
about you, Shane?
stereotype.
Honestly, man, I mean, back then when me and my brother were closer, I mean, we had a lot of fun playing Mario throughout the years. We had it on the original NES, then the Super NES, and every Mario that came out, we were just always there playing it. So, I mean, it was more of a family standpoint to it, and that's really just some of the best times I had ever gaming with Mario, and just in general, just being with the family and stuff like that. I mean, even my parents would join in and play it. Like, it was simple enough to where even adults who didn't get gaming were able to actually sit there and game with their kids. It's not like now. So
Play Call of Duty. Can't
yeah,
play Call of
Those
Duty.
they don't know what
fuck those
thumbstick
ice
does what.
worlds, man. Those
So
ice worlds.
underwater
Yeah.
worlds for the win.
No.
I think the most fun that I had playing Mario is Mario 3 because that was like the first Mario that I can remember that had like those Easter eggs, like the warp whistles and uh the freaking like I don't remember if you remember, like there's
The
certain
raccoon
levels
ones,
where
right?
if you're standing on like a certain block and you just held down for like long enough, you could like go behind like everything and then get it.
Yeah. It had little like portal things that you can do. And if you had the raccoon suit on and you had enough space, you can fly and you would go
Yeah, and I mean,
behind this one thing and you can go get
The Beanstalk.
you can get like this weird loot key or whatever. I don't remember what it was.
yeah,
It'll
exactly. And
go
I
ahead.
know that there was like warp tunnels in like Mario 1, but yeah, Mario 3 was like the best. And I just remember like it's weird because I'm a younger brother. So when you're a younger brother, like you're so accustomed to playing as Luigi, but in my household it was a little bit different because my brother's name is actually Luis. So that's like I guess the Spanish version of Luigi, and he fucking loved Luigi. So like, it was great for me because whenever we were playing two-player games, he always wanted to be Luigi, so I was always Mario. So I always got to play first. And I
He
don't know if that was
identified.
just I don't know if that was just my brother being nice to me or if he just really liked Luigi. But I just remember just like having the best time playing Mario 3. And like our whole family, like Shane said, it was one of those games where the whole family would just like crowd around the TV and just watch us play.
So it was a lot of fun. I mean, I really do miss those gaming days, but fortunately, it's gone, over with. Now we got
Yeah,
all these.
it really
Let's see.
is. It even showed in our clan. I mean, we all used to play Resistance Friday night parties, and when Rainbow Six came out, we would do practices because that's how
We play
that's
too
what
much
we
video
did.
games.
And then after a while, like you guys know me since I got out of middle school, and now I'm in college. We kind of just like lost all our time, and now we play when we can. Like we don't play like we used to. It's really hard to do that now.
It is. I mean, I wish I could just go back and do it all over again. Just play those games when they're like fresh and new, and I was like actually excited for them to come out. It's hard for me to do that with any games now, and that's the really shittiest part about it. So
And
Yeah, we
that's
just don't have that much time anymore.
yeah, that's
and
it.
I guess that's what happens when there's a really good game. Like that's how much you respect it. Is that you play the story mode way more than once. Like for me, it's The Last of Us, and then Final Fantasy Crisis 4. Like
I think I never
that,
beat Crisis Core.
I beat Crisis Core so many
Feel bad.
times. I unlocked like everything in it. It was fantastic.
That was a great game.
I couldn't figure out that Lake of Oblivion shit.
It was hard though, dude.
It's like, where's the door?
Genesis Avatar took forever to beat. Anyways, but yeah, I think it's a rare thing when a really good video game comes out.
Yeah, and now
And
that you try to buy the new ones, like the 3D Land, it's like try to rekindle that nostalgic memory of playing Mario. It's just not the same anymore.
No, you're right.
Buying a motorcycle.
You're absolutely right, and I will say this: like, it kind of bums me out that you're right. You know, like I think about that, and I'm just like,
It's changed. It all really has. I mean,
It's kinda sad.
you're almost 30, and you
hey,
just gotta,
fucker,
Just
you're gonna
pushing
get
his
there
face a
too.
little bit more.
you gotta
Yeah.
you gotta give me 10 years.
Let me catch up real quick.
God.
You gotta give me 10 years, and then I'll tell you something. But think about it. In 10 years, you'll be 39.
You're an asshole.
Wow.
My wife is always telling me because like I have like this fear of getting older, you know, like because here's the thing, I'm like 30, I'm almost 30 now, and outside of video games, like one of the things that I love to do is I love to play soccer, and now that I'm 30, like close to 30 at least, oh my god, my
Bones.
not that bad yet, but yeah, I mean like yeah, it just I can't go as hard, and it's the weirdest thing because like I'm not used to this, you know, like I'm so used to like that feeling of invincibility where I just like nothing can kill me. And now I play 3 soccer games a week, and then like afterwards I just fucking feel like I'm gonna die.
Are you sure it's not because you sit at home and then you play Call of Duty? Well, not Call of Duty, but like some game for like hours on edge, like we played Last of Us for maybe a few hours today.
Yeah, we played for a few hours, but I mean I still go to the gym and stuff. I mean I go play soccer and I go to the gym almost every day, so it's not like I'm just fucking sitting on the couch all day.
True.
Yay, couch.
No,
Yeah,
that's true though.
I like to see Shane play soccer because the fucker's a chain smoker.
I'll fucking wheeze out, dude.
You'll be the goalie because fuck that.
I'll kick the ball and just.
It's like, help me.
Shane would have a fucking heart attack.
He'll have a
Blocked it.
Inhaler.
Guys, I blocked it.
Field. Oh, that's bad.
I'll just be a coach.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. You can save money by not buying tickets or making your own or whatever.
I had to make my own. So yeah, that's one thing. I mean, I don't know what the prices are like for you guys around your area for cigarettes, but I mean, over here it's like $8 a pack.
For me, it's absolutely free. You know why? Because I don't fucking smoke.
Yeah, same here.
Word. It was a shitty habit, but I mean, I don't know, it's just expensive as crap. But it's so
I know I talk shit though because like I do drink though, and that's probably another reason why I'm so fucking tired all the time. It's like I blame it on the fact that I'm almost 30, but fuck that shit. I drink too much.
You're drinking now.
Erica.
I am drinking now. I got that Fireball whiskey going.
I got tea. That's all I got.
Tea?
Yeah, I got tea.
Is it bubble tea?
Sitting on a chair. That's all I'm doing. I'm on Photoshop.
I got tea. Yeah, that's where all the.
Yeah, and I can hear you clicking away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just trying to perfect the porn anymore.
So how much time do we got left, guys?
We already finished an hour. We're an hour 3 minutes. I don't know how far you want to keep going.
Yeah, we can wrap things up if you guys want.
Yeah, might as well.
Wrap it up. All right. Go for it.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I don't do that anymore because I'm married.
It's okay. It's okay to get
Hey,
pregnant.
that's not one thing you put into 3D mode on your TV.
The birth.
That's pretty bad.
It's never too late.
Wait, can you?
So
can you get
next week we'll be able to actually talk about Pokemon X and Y. At least me and Mark are going to be able to because I don't think you guys are going to get it. But
I'm picking it
yeah,
up tomorrow.
Throw us into the bus.
this has been episode 3 of Nerd Rage in the Cage. Thank you guys for listening. And we'll talk to you next week.
Waka,
Bye-bye.
waka, waka.
Bye-bye.
Blah, 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 blah.
But can you use the 3DS for porn? Can you put the porn in 3D?
You can use
porn
the
on
internet.
anything.
Wait, you can put the porn on anything?
Yeah, there was actually I saw
It was an app.
I saw like a news story not too long ago where like there's this mom who bought her son a 3DS from the internet, and this was like a Christmas gift. This was
Yeah,
like
it was a
last year or
pre-owned one,
something.
and
It was a pre-owned one, and it was just fucking stocked with porn.